these are the parts you're going to need for the main frame. So you're going to need an outer tube and an inner tube. Basically, meaning this tube has to fit within this one. If your tubing is bent, just bend it until you get it to fit. You're going to need two arms, which are going to go like this, which are going to support your bow fingers. And you want them to be the same size as each tube. Okay. The dimensions for the long tubes, 35 each. For the arms here, this one is 7-inch. This one is 7 1/8. To account for basically when I have this guy and this guy like this, I'm gonna put a shim here, so this is like this. This being longer accounts for this surface being back on this one, which makes them come flush here. Not necessary, because you could just shift where your bow fingers are, but why not do it, make it right from the start. So that's that. I had this little screw here laying around. It's let's say 21 inches, so I'll have 21 inches of stroke, which is more than enough for this application. You could probably only get away with like a few inches of stroke if you get everything perfectly set up. But basically this one is going to be back here. So the minimum length of the press is going to be when this one hits here. So this is how this dimension here sets up the minimum length of the bow press, and the stroke of the screw sets up the maximum it can go out. So I think I want this one to be 20 to 40 inch, and maybe I'll be able to do some crossbows, or maybe I can make another attachment for crossbows, or do it on the other side. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. I'd also like to do a drawboard setup on this tubing to be able to draw back the bow and check the timing. So that's what it looks like. I had to make these two plates. This one is going to go here. Basically, when the screw goes in, this is going to be welded flush, and my handle is going to be here. This is what I'm going to use as my handle. And this plate is going to go on this piece of tubing here with a nut welded on it. Basically, when the nut is welded and when I turn this, it's gonna pull this tube back and forth, which slides this tube within relative to this tube, and you get the pressing motion. So that's the plan for now. I'm out of welding wire, so I'm headed to Harbor Freight to get some, and we'll be back.